Good morning, direct from Los Angeles. This is LALATE with your second stimulus check and second stimulus package update direct from LA. It's shortly before 9 o'clock. With big developments about your $2,000 stimulus check, your $600 second stimulus check, your multiple stimulus checks under Biden, and more. Big developments across the board today as the new House members are sworn in and the new Congress convenes and the new House session starts today. I'll have all those breaking developments that are happening even overnight. This is going to be a 30-minute video with a 15-minute update at the 15-minute mark and another one at the 30-minute mark. If you've not subscribed, please subscribe. Go to the Funnest channel, subscribe so you don't miss when I go typed or live. I'll next be live at 12 noon for Home LLA. And also hit that alert button so you get alert when I go live. Meantime, also like this video. Breaking developments across the board overnight. In the first 10 minutes of this video, I'll go over the $2,000 stimulus check. Then at the 10-minute mark, I'll cut back and go over Moolah Monday. What's happening with Moolah Monday today, Twisty Tuesday tomorrow, Way Out Wednesday thereafter. And then shortly after that, at the 15-minute mark, I'll cut to third stimulus check and third stimulus package, which I coined the phrase about a few weeks ago. But now it's really just around, it's knocking at the door. It's just really almost here. So far, very, very exciting. And I'll also be covering your $600 stimulus check in the first 10 minutes as well. And with that, let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news, as you sit here this morning, is that the push to get the $2,000 stimulus check will manifest itself presumptively around Wednesday this week. The House of Representatives are back in session. Yes, they're in session from Monday to Friday. And what happens after Friday? They go on another vacation. This is the new Congress. They're sworn in, and after 5 days, hey, it's time to take a vacation. I just love this job. Let's take a vacation. So they're working Monday to Friday, and then bam, they're sipping the martinis in the Bahamas on Saturday. But the good news is that they can get your $2,000 stimulus check done before then. It only takes 1 day. And which day will it be? It's likely to be somewhere around Wednesday. On Tuesday, the electorate in Georgia decides the future of the nation's balance of power, with those two Senate races being voted upon Tuesday. Now, my presumption is that the House of Representatives will do the new $2,000 stimulus check bill the day after those elections. You don't want to disrupt those elections with distractions, especially if it comes with a bad San Francisco hairstyle. You don't want it to just distract anyone or freak anyone out. You know, those bad hairstyles can really freak people out. So you want to wait till the next day, Wednesday. It only takes a few hours on Wednesday to get it passed in the House. They could actually write the bill now and just get it ready and just not tell anyone about it and then introduce it on Wednesday. What would they do? It would be Cash Act 2020. It would be the same bill from about a week ago. It would just take out that sort of bad provision. You know, the one that gives Nancy a stimulus check. The one that gives rich people a $9,000 stimulus check. Yes, that's AOC's drafting skills. She needs to upgrade from a Windows 95 computer because apparently it didn't get caught on her computer that was an error when she made the last draft that became Cash Act 2020. It would have a phase out of about 175 for a married couple to ensure that no one that made over 175,000 gets a stimulus check. We all know that stimulus checks go up to $150,000 for a married couple, 4,000, but then after that it has to phase out. So the phase out under the second stimulus package, which was signed by the president about a week ago, that was 150. So it starts to, 175. It starts to phase out between 150 and 175, and then it's gone. So that's how it needs to get done. Introduced on Wednesday to the House, presumptively. We presume it's going to be introduced on Wednesday. It takes a few hours to get done, and then Nancy has her press conference with the billboard and the blackboard, tell people that Mitch is killing people and that America's dying because of Mitch, and then get that plane and that $12 ice cream ready to go and call the Bahamas. I'm on my way. So then what happens after that? We would presume that about Thursday is when the winners out of those two Georgia Senate seats, presumably Democratic, will be airlifted to D.C. or teleported, like they used to do on Star Trek. Send them as quickly as you can, overnight express them in a package to D.C. to get them sworn in, to get them ready to vote. At that point, the Senate is blue. If everything goes as expected, and the Senate would be blue, Mitch McConnell would no longer would be majority leader. He would now be minority leader until the next election. And at that point, what happens is that your new majority leader of the Senate is Chuck Schumer. The Chuck Schumer vote could happen as early as about Thursday. Could happen as early as Thursday. Then it would land on the president's desk in the Oval Office, President Trump, and he could sign it, Friday. If he doesn't sign it, they have enough votes for an override, veto override. And there you go. You would see the $2,000 stimulus check the week after. This would be about $1,400 on top of your $600 stimulus check, very needed. Unless you're an adult dependent and you didn't get a second stimulus check, then you would get the $2,000 in full. And how about that $600 stimulus check? Let me cut back to go to that $600 stimulus check. The $600 stimulus check for some people who got the first one electronically, a lot of viewers have still not gotten the second one, which we're talking about now, the $600 electronically. And so that $600 electronically, you should start seeing it appear today, Monday, tomorrow, Tuesday, then after Wednesday. If you don't see the $600 by Wednesday electronically, let's chat. That may be the big issue at that point. The paper check, no one has seen the paper check. If you've received the paper check, tell me, because I have not had a single viewer say they got the paper check. I expect the paper check to come somewhere around the middle of this week to the first viewers. Shalia, did you get a paper check? I got mine. If someone got paper check, say I got my paper check, because I'd love to hear it, because I don't think anyone has gotten it yet. There you go. Julia, I got mine today. Does that mean paper check or does that mean electronic? If anyone got paper check, say I got paper check today. And now we are up to date on your $600 and your $2,000 stimulus check. When Shalia, yes, everyone's asking this question. I don't see anyone that has. I seen someone say in your comments they got the paper check on Saturday. Oh, good. I got my paper check today. Oh, wonderful. So now we're starting to see a few people that said they got their paper check. Someone, who was it? Matt. Matt got his paper check today. Congrats. Okay, so my sister's friend got his paper check. Presumably today or Saturday. Okay, so that's good. So we're starting to see some paper checks land in people's bank account. I asked my mailman, and he hasn't seen any paper checks yet. That's a little sneaky, because there's no way to tell when you're looking at the envelope if it's a stimulus check or if it's a Social Security check. So it just says IRA. It just says, it's just that white envelope with the green insert. Thank you, Jose. So there's no way to know if it's a $600 stimulus check. Now, FPUC, the exciting news about FPUC, the $300 a week, is Miss Ashley. I see it processing in my account, and I will get it tomorrow. I'm in Minnesota, so congrats. So we're starting to see more people get the $300 for FPUC physically in their accounts. On Saturday, we had Terrell out of New York, $300. We had Barbara Perez tell us some people out of Florida got it $300. We had Frankie report this morning. He saw the $300 today. I had someone in New Jersey and someone in Ohio said that they saw the 300, and that's really good news. I mean, physically receive it. And so this is great news. We're starting to see $300 in a lot of places. Now, last night I detailed this incredible report that talks about states that are slow on doing unemployment claims. That's not really indicative of the $300. So Idaho's getting it Wednesday. Ooh, wonderful. My hubby got his $300 today. What state, Tanya? That's really good news. So Jersey, another person as well. If you got Arizona got the $300 today. Wow. So now we see the $300 kicking in. In some of these states, people got it, some people didn't get it. So let me certainly explain that. So Rolando in California got his $300 today, $300 in Louisiana, Joey today. So now we're seeing a really wonderful rollout. This is faster than I had expected. Now, certainly, if you hear a state like someone, Rolando just said California, he got it, and another person says I haven't gotten anything in California. Tanya, her husband got in California. So this is great news. So we have a couple of states now. We have about a half a dozen states of viewers that got the 300. And Nancy's husband got $300 today in California. Wonderful. So we see, I got my 300 in New York today, says Benjamin. North Carolina got my $300 today. Who was that? That was Valerie. So this is really good news. This defies any type of concerns that I may have had about the $300 taking weeks, if not a month. It's looking like there may not be any delay at all, potentially, for the $300. So this is really, really good news. The delay that I was talking about, to refresh, I was talking about your benefits week starting the last week of December, first week of January, second week of January, and the $300. It doesn't look like there's any massive delay. We're not even at the point of delay. We're almost ahead of time at the moment. So this is really, really good news. Department of Labor, I guess, was actually correct. If you're one of those people that have seen something that said suspended, don't worry. You're going to go from suspended or inactive or ineligible back to eligible. So don't worry about this. New Jersey, I can't even certify, says someone in the Instagram room. Don't worry about it. Letting me certify, but I haven't seen anything, says Vanessa. So don't worry about it. Just give it a few days. Really good news. Now at the 10-minute mark, now let me cut to the second stimulus, Monday Moolah. The Monday Moolah is so exciting. There's like 1,400 people in the room. If you're just joining me, I'll have another update at the 15-minute mark. The big update is that there's so much happening this week on new money for second stimulus. And even if you got the $600 stimulus check, even if you got the $300, even if you've gotten everything to this point, you need to pay attention and get this Monday Moolah, Tuesday Twisty Tuesday, Way Out Wednesday, Monday. What's happening? First one is SNAP. Second one is potentially EIDL for some people. Third one is PPP for some people. Fourth one and fifth one would be rent, utilities, food, and free internet. So SNAP benefits started around the December 31st. Some people are starting to see it. It's 15% on top of your existing SNAP benefits. If you're not on SNAP, consider getting on SNAP. It's free food. It's free food. Family of four in Hawaii, by example, we get $1,400 a month. And you get it by going to the Department of Agriculture, DOA, or calling 211. It's free food, and they're encouraging people to get it. It's for people generally at a stimulus check income level or less. About $50,000 approximately 2019 earnings or less. Generally around there. I'm just ballparking it. Then, if you have a child that's staying home because the schools are closed down, please go get Pandemic EBIT. This goes on top of your existing SNAP. So if you're on SNAP, you need to call up SNAP and say, hi, my child's staying home. I have to pay for their food. Can I get some Pandemic EBIT? That's about $114 a month. Really good news. So if you got 3 kids, that's another $300. So that's today. That's for some viewers, it was over the weekend. The next item of business is potentially EIDL. EIDL grants are going to go live in just a few days for 2 groups of people. 1, the farmers and ranchers, and 2, for people whose business is in a low-income community. So they're going to go off of your tax returns address. Don't make up an address. Don't do something inappropriate. It's the address of your tax return. You know whether or not you're in a low-income community, or whether your business is in a low-income community. It will be the EIDL grant plus the EIDL loan. And it includes everything that you would wonder about the EIDL grant. So, for example, if you had a loan but didn't get the grant, you would get the remainder of the grant. If you had part of the grant but didn't get the full part of the grant, it would be all that and more. This is only for low-income communities. Don't play around with it. They will bounce you based upon the address. They're going off the zip code. Next, agriculture and farmers. This is agricultural EIDL grants. This is not the first time we saw it. I saw it first in May. And it's literally for people who grow crops or herd cattle. Nothing other than that. Grow crops or herd cattle. So no other version of that. And as I said last night, last May, there were some people that were telling people to do inappropriate things. Do not do them because you will get denied. And the denial of an EIDL grant is not something you want to have. People are actually telling people to get denied to do certain other things. Don't do that either. Stay with me on EIDL. Don't listen to those people. They're not good people. To say that is false information. Next of the coming up is PPP. PPP is coming back in just a few days, and a lot of financial online banks, which we call thin banks, are actually now doing preparation videos to ensure how you get the PPP. Remember, PPP is for small business owners, and it's a grant. It turns into a grant, but you want to get it by applying with your bank of choice. Credit unions have been very good at getting PPPs very quickly. Fin banks, who are online banks, have been very good at doing them as well. I'll be doing a lot more PPP on this channel as you asked me to. And the commercial banks have been the poorest, the slowest, and the most laborious, taking months and weeks where everyone takes days and hours. So now at the 15-minute mark, let me give you the big update across the board. If you're just joining me, there's 1,600 people in the room. Very exciting. And let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news is that the $2,000 stimulus check remains front and center. Why? Because a new Congress has just been sworn in. Yesterday, the new Congress was sworn in. The Cash Act expired. All the bills from the 2020 Congress expired because this is the new Congress of 2021. And the push to get the $2,000 stimulus check will likely heat up on Wednesday. Shortly after the Democratic races and Republican races out of Georgia are decided, they're likely to put the bill to a vote on Wednesday in the House. The House is only in session until Friday. Get it passed and then send it to the Senate. If the Senate goes blue, with Democratic wins out of Georgia, then it would rush those Georgia senators to Washington, have them sworn in, and vote on the bill as early as Thursday, with Chuck Schumer potentially as your new majority leader in the Senate, not Mitch McConnell. The bill would be passed, and then it would land on the president's table, President Donald Trump. It would then be set up to be signed by the weekend, and the checks to go out early next week. If it's not, then you would set it up for a veto override. Very, very simple. That is how it kicks in. The other issue then is what happens with multiple stimulus checks. Multiple stimulus checks is a third stimulus package and third stimulus check. Third stimulus check and third stimulus package is insanely great. Let me go over all the detailed provisions of third stimulus check and third stimulus package right now. They are first hazard pay, then multiple stimulus checks, then FPUC retro, then the $2,400 of SSI and SSDI, the EIDL grant for everyone, then additionally the PPP expanded, and the Lifeline grant and the CDC grant. So much happening on third stimulus check and third stimulus package, and this is all really good news. How soon would you physically see third stimulus check and third stimulus package in your bank account? You could see it in as early as, I would say, the last week of January for some of the programs. That's how quickly it can happen. This morning it started with Joe Biden talking about what he wants to do with the schools. And the dollar numbers from Joe Biden are just enormous. This proposal to revamp the schools was $7 trillion. I mean, just think about the magnitude of this. Joe Biden also wants to fix the freeways at $5 trillion. So these are enormous numbers. These are coming after third stimulus check and third stimulus package. So by reference or by analogy, by comparison, do not think that big stimulus checks is out of the question, because Joe Biden just today is talking about 5 trillion, 7 trillion, 9 trillion for other things. This is a lot of moolah. This is a lot of moolah. What you need to know is that your universe of applying for things is going to be very quick and very abrupt. And so let me go over with you, when are you going to start seeing things for certain items? and someone just said something like, I'm still waiting for this. If you're still waiting for this, that doesn't mean you don't do other things. Let me give you an example. Some people are still waiting for the $600 stimulus check. That doesn't mean you don't get PPP if it comes out. Doesn't mean if you don't wait for EIDL. You don't wait for 5 other things because you're waiting for the first thing. You just start applying for everything you qualified for. Thank you, Chad, for the super chat. So the first thing you want to focus on is second stimulus applications this week. PPP, EIDL grant if you qualify for it, SNAP, EBIT, pandemic EBIT. Then later in the week, if they get it live, they're doing things faster than I expected. Free rent, free utilities, free broad internet. Again, none of these application locations are known except EIDL. EIDL would be at sba.gov. Nothing else do we know where you apply for it. Then by late January, you're going to get ready to apply. Thank you for the super chat. You're going to get ready to apply for hazard pay, EIDL grant for everyone else, PPP for everyone else, Lifeline grant, CDC grant. You won't have to apply for the SSI increase. That would be automatic. And you won't have to apply for the multiple stimulus checks. That will be an automatic. But you're going to have to get ready to start applying for stuff. And what's important to understand is my analogy on the donut guy. Yesterday, a lot of people liked my rendition of the donut guy, but I'm going to do that donut guy as much as I can do him on this channel. The donut guy is a guy who doesn't do anything, and that basically says, just tell it when it lands in my account. These are the things that are not going to land in your account if you're the donut guy. EIDL, these are things donut guy will never get because he doesn't want to do anything. EIDL, PPP, free rent, free utilities, free internet, Lifeline grant, CDC grant. All those things are what basically donut guy gets nothing except maybe a stimulus check if he has the right address with IRS. Otherwise, donut guy gets nothing. And ultimately, every day I see a donut guy in the chat, donut guy or donut gal in the comments, and they're like, "I just want to check. I don't want to do anything." Okay. And then when they don't get the check, then they're pissed. And they just want to hear the check, and that's all they want to hear the check about. And so understand, let me also give you a comparison. Donut guy at the moment is getting $600. Here's donut guy. He's getting $600 if he had the right address. Everyone else, you're getting ready to get $6, $7, $8, $10,000. So donut guy's happy with $600. You're getting ready to get, $6,000 to $10,000. So donut guy, he with $600 he can get maybe like two 12 packs of donuts. That'll cover him like to the end of the month. You're gonna get enough money to maybe cover you for a couple months. So there you go. That's the contrast. So that's what's happening. Where is the additional $1,400? Hasn't become law yet. And so the important thing is subscribe to this channel. Make sure you hit the alert button because I'm going to tell you where the applications are going to go. Absolutely, you're going to get the $2,000. You're not only going to get $2,000, you're going to get a fortune of stimulus in 2021. I'm just telling you right now. You're going to get a fortune of stimulus in 2021. And so if you are not the donut guy is going to get literally sprinkles. The donut guy is going to get sprinkles in 2021. Everyone else who is not the donut guy is going to get the entire donut store and the donut machinery. Lifeline grant. Lifeline grant is under the HEROES Act. It's based upon how much your cost of goods sold was, line 2 of your tax return. And so if your cost of goods sold is a huge number, you're going to get a massive Lifeline grant. If your cost of goods sold number is $2,000, you're going to get $2,000. And so I want you to get ready for all this stuff. And here you go. Sprinkles and crumbs. That's all donut guy's going to get. Sprinkles and crumbs. You don't want sprinkles and crumbs. You want thousands and tens of thousands of dollars. You don't want to sit back in February or March and look at your neighbor and say, How did you get $10,000? I didn't get $10,000. Well, you were a donut girl. Well, how dare you call me donut girl? Well, you were. You just got sprinkles. I went for everything. And I want you to understand, you can apply for, you can get lots of things. Until I tell you you can't get this and this, I don't want to see a comment. Can I get this and that? Just don't. There's a whole presumption with people that they cannot touch something if they got something else. So I do not want you to think I got a stimulus check. I cannot get something else. Uh, until you hear me, you can't get it. Don't sit back and trick yourself out of getting the donut factory. And there you are at the 25-minute mark. Is there any questions or comments before I give you an update at the 30-minute mark? Any questions? I'm a singer and actress. I'm on PUA. Can I get in EIDL? No, unless it's actually a Schedule C type business. Let's say you own a theater or something. No, just general arts. General arts as a unless it's a real clear Schedule C, you can't get it. New lemons. No, those aren't lemons. What's up with the $2,400 SSI? That's third stimulus check. Why is what's the hardest part in filing an EIDL? Knowing that keeping things accurate, using a social security number for your business, for an Uber and Lyft, not an EIDL, not an answering the questions correctly on the form is the hardest part. Answering the questions on the form are the hardest part. If you've not watched our overnight show on EIDL, watch it. It's at 1 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, but you can see it now on the channel. The remainder of the EIDL grant, that's under third stimulus. Do I like donuts? I love donuts. $300 FPUC? Yes, people have started getting them. What type of favorite donut I like? I like the ones that have the glaze inside them, the cream inside them. I also like apple fritters as well. How soon? Wow, the comments are flying. How soon can we meet the beautiful cover girl? I don't know what that means. If I'm on SSI, do I get both? Yeah, I saw one of these. Do I get both? You get everything. You get everything until I tell you don't get one or the other. You get everything that I'm covering on this channel. So you get this and this and this and this. You don't have to ask me, do I get one or the other, unless I tell you one or the other. Why do you have a knife in my hand? I do not. I have a pen. This is a pen, not a knife. I got my food benefits today, but I did not get my 15% increase. Any thoughts? That's not good, Wendy. You should have already received the 15% increase. I would call them up right away. I would call up Department of Agriculture. That's surprising. Old-fashioned glaze, yes. I received an IRS card. Do I get a paper check this time? Yes, you'll get a paper check this time. Great question. IRS payment portal is open. Oh, someone said the track my stimulus check portal of IRS is open. Good news. Are people on disability getting the extra $200? Yes. Yes. May I get more funds added for PPP? Yes. Yes. You're going to be able to get another round of PPP. That's the concept of it. What do I need to know what is available in Louisiana? What I'm talking about on this channel is nationwide. Everyone. Nothing that I'm talking about is unique to a state unless this is state stimulus where I go over something. So everything is national. I learned how to chocolate yeast donuts somewhat. I just received my 16% increase. It's 15% increase. What is PPP? PPP is for small businesses, Paycheck Protection Program. That could be anyone from an independent contractor to a gig worker. And it's underwritten by SBA. You apply at your bank. Does a child get the $200 for SSI and SSDI? That's a great question. No. This is for seniors. This is for adults. No. When we know about the Georgia Senate race, it's a great question, Barbara. Maybe by Thursday. How long will PUA take this time? This time. Some viewers have already gotten the PUA. No SNAP increase. Why? I don't know. You should call up. Viewers have already gotten it. Student loan forgiveness. Geraldine, great question. Biden will likely, I forgot to mention that. Biden on day one will likely do executive order of three things: eviction moratorium, mortgage forbearance, and student loan debt forgiveness. Great, exciting news. Will the non-filer filing reopen? No, I don't think it's going to open anytime soon. So there you go. Now at the 30-minute mark, let me give you an update across the board. So much exciting news with 2,000 people in the room. Thank you for joining me. If you've not subscribed, please subscribe. Go to the French channel, subscribe. This is now a 24-hour news channel. There is nothing else like this out there. With programming around the clock. EIDL grant started at 1 a.m. today. You can go watch that if you're interested on EIDL. Educating yourself about EIDL is the best way to get the EIDL. Then at 2 o'clock a.m. Pacific Standard Time was FPUC. This is really helpful for people who want to know how they get their FPUC retro or PUA or UI. Meantime, the breaking news across the board is just hitting, so make sure you subscribe and hit that alert button so you see me next live at 12 noon. The breaking developments this morning is that the $2,000 stimulus check will likely get introduced as Cash Act 2021 around Wednesday. And that if those two Georgia Senate seats go blue, then you could see a vote on it in the Senate under Chuck Schumer, the new majority leader, potentially, as early as Thursday, landing on the president's table as early as this weekend, and coming to you as early as next week. This is the incredible fast news. This is $1,400, the remainder of the $2,000, or adult dependents, the $2,000 they never got. Meantime, viewers are continually getting the $600 now. We first, in this chat, for the first time ever in this chat, viewers are now receiving the $600 by paper check. So you will start seeing the paper check today, tomorrow, and the day after. So viewers are now starting to report it. And additional great news is that viewers are reporting seeing the $300 of FPUC in now at least a half dozen states from viewers of this channel in this chat as well. So I'm learning from you and you're learning from me. All really great news. Moolah Monday kicks into gear today with a lot of things expected to go live shortly, either today or the next few days. Those are EIDL for inner city, EIDL grant for farmers and ranchers, PPP, and then SNAP benefits increases 15% have already started. If you don't see it, call up SNAP. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you at 12 noon. As always, the toast is toasting, the butter is buttering. I'm here, you're here, and thank you for joining me on Mornings LALATE.